One of the great challenges of reconvening after lunch is to recognize the fact that biologically we all want to take a nap for the next 30 minutes. I'm sorry to say that's not allowed. Our speakers probably wouldn't appreciate it, and these tables probably aren't very comfortable. So the organizers have, I think, programmed the afternoon with some very engaging presenters on some very tough topics. You know, we build great cities and fill them up with people, and it's what we all advocate, but it introduces some challenges that we must deal with. Yesterday, Bjorke Ingels talked about their solution in Copenhagen to turn waste into recreation, turning lemons into lemonade by making a ski slope on top of their problem. So one of the sessions this afternoon, we're going to be dealing with other solutions and dealing with waste in metropolitan areas. Another challenge that cities are dealing with globally is the issue of the environment and how cities are challenging us to be more thoughtful in the way that we think about keeping a clean and pristine environment. So our first speaker, Takashi Hongo, who is a senior fellow at the Mitsui Global Strategic Studies, is going to be talking to us about some solutions that they have come up with this time in Japan and across the East. So we welcome our first afternoon speaker, Takashi Hongo. Please come to the stage.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for inviting me to this very interesting conference. I would like to introduce the business model for municipality and the business society in the field of environment. I will show two case studies. One is Tokyo Metropolitan Government, and the second one is Kitakyushu City. And lastly, I would like to just briefly introduce about the reconstruction of infrastructure after the Great East Earthquake, March 11, 2011. So, firstly, I would like to show the urbanization. Of course, this conference is a major agenda is urbanization. So that you can see, in 1950s, only 2 cities was mega cities. But 2025, nearly 40 cities will be mega cities. But you can see most of the mega city in 2025 in Asia. So the mega city has, of course, pros and cons. The density, to some extent, is good, but on the other hand, bad thing. That is the environment. So I think the history of megacity, particularly in Japan, it is a history of fighting with the environment constraint. In case of Tokyo, I would like to explain the waste to energy, a new business model for environment issues. So you can see this is the old day. The municipal waste in Tokyo used to be treated by the landfill. However, due to the limitation of the area to be landfill, so incineration plant was introduced. However, incineration plant emitted a very polluted air. So the people who live around this factory oppose the incineration plant and back to the landfill. However, this is not a good solution because the so many fly and very bad smell or many nuisances there. So the solution was, again, incineration plant. But due to the innovation of the technology, air from the stack and incineration plant become very clean, and the collecting system well managed and socially very appreciated. So now the waste treatment become not so serious issue in Tokyo. But in addition to that one, Tokyo decided to use the energy from incineration plant for power generation. This is a Tokyo model. So first characteristic of the Tokyo model is Tokyo 23 city have 21 incineration plants. And most of them are located in residential area. So this means incineration plant with power generator are socially accepted. This is one of the feature characteristic of the Tokyo model. And the second issue is the technology itself. So all the incineration plants need to have additional fuels. However, the technology innovation and know-how accumulation, in principle, no additional fuel are necessary for the burning of the waste. So as I mentioned, in addition to that treatment, the power can be generated from the incineration plant. Most of the garbage comes from organic waste. That means from an environment point of view, this is very close to the renewable energy. So number 3 is communication. So as I said, communication, the technology is innovative. So no air pollution there. So it should be fine. But the very important point is people's mind. So whether socially accepted or not, that is a very, very crucial issue. So the Tokyo model, the very important thing is communication with people who live near to the incineration plant and also the people who live along the transportation line. 21 units are constructed, so that means all the plants are very close to the household, but in that case, they need to explain how this waste will be treated and what kind of air could be emitted. So the social and education is very, very important. But one important thing, if we are going to use an incineration plant with power generation, don't miss the 3R. So reduce, reuse, recycle. So how to reduce waste. Then finally, we can go to the incineration, power generation, heat recovery. That is a very crucial point. So this is a kind of a completed model in Tokyo. But the Tokyo 23 District Association are not satisfied with this situation because, as I mentioned, in Asia, many megacity is going to be generated. So most of the megacity are going to be suffering from the municipal waste program. So how to use their experience for the environmental contribution in Asian countries. Tokyo would like to export this conceptual model to Asian country. So Tokyo are talking about the counterpart municipality. But a very important thing is that just municipality-based talking is not enough. So the 3-tier policy dialogue are expected. The key is the middle, municipality to municipality. But the business to business, of course, this is important. And the top one is government to government. Because the municipality in Asian country, many of the municipalities are suffering from the budget problem. So the national government support is necessary. So how to combine with experience of the host countries, municipalities, and national government. That is very crucial point. And the next slide shows the business model, the very, very important thing for private sector companies. Many private companies invest in the power sector already. So their business model is very simple: buy the fuel and use the fuel to generate the power. Power will be sold to the market or the utilities. This is an energy conversion model. And many companies have a long experience, a rich experience of energy conversion model. So for the waste to energy, business model we propose is an energy conversion model. This is a kind of the public-private partnership. So the private sector concentrates on construction of incineration plant with power generator and operation. And the municipality in host country focus on the collection of garbage. And the garbage will be transferred to the incineration plant. The private, this power plant will generate the power and sell the electricity to the national grid. And the remaining solid waste will be back to the municipality. Very simple energy conversion model. If we can construct, it will make sense as a public-private partnership. So in that case, the problem is the cost. So my experience and my feeling is the tariff or the fee for waste treatment, if we are thinking about the cost recovery, it will be rather high. And that cost will be covered by, firstly, electricity power sales. And the remaining gap will be fulfilled by somebody. We would like to use the terminology of chipping fee. So combining the power sales and the chipping fee, the cost should be recovered. But compared to the landfill, the chipping fee would be rather high. Still gaps are there. How to fulfill this viability gap? So we have to divide it into three different fields. One is renewable benefit, GHG emission reduction benefit, and environmental benefit. So that is the kind of the reason why the municipality may fulfill this viability gap. Next one is a Kitakyushu model. The Kitakyushu city was an industry area, used to be an industry area, steel making company or other heavy industry located in Kitakyushu. So this is the 1970s. The sea is very dirty and there's a very dirty air are there. But now, very clean. So due to the adoption of the regulation or the technical innovation or many things like that, and now the water and this area industrial zone become very clean. How to use this experience? This is the approach of the Kitakyushu. So Kitakyushu city had a long experience to receive the experts from many countries, like Asia, Africa, and Central and South America. Many experts they receive and provide technical assistance services. So they have a good network, international network. So Kitakyushu would like to combine their experience in pollution control and the exchange of experts. So now we are talking about the climate change. Climate change is definitely a serious global issue. So how to reduce emission in developing countries, that is very crucial. But the Kitakyushu city has another purpose. there used to be an industry zone. So, but still industry zone, but their activity is very low. So the company located in Kitakyushu would like to have a bigger market. So Kitakyushu City's purpose is how to encourage the economic activity in Kitakyushu City in other countries in the field of environment, particularly this case is climate change. So the idea is a kind of the authorization of the GHG emission reduction by the company related to Kitakyushu. So MRV, measurement reporting verification system of the reduction activity, that is crucial. Kitakyushu City set up a MRV committee and review the reductions at the project and products and authorize and disclose that amount. So the company receive a kind of authorization can use such kind of reduction to their sales purposes. So first one is a compost. So the again landfill and municipal waste will be transferred to the landfill place, and the methane will be emitted. Methane is a greenhouse gas emission. So how to reduce? The idea is by using a compost, and the garbage will be changed to fertilizer. This model is tested in Indonesia, Surabaya. And Surabaya is an agriculture area. Compost can be used for agriculture purpose. And emission reduction can be evaluated by MRV, and the company and the group will receive the kind of authorization paper by Kitakyushu cities. Next one is the water. The water is also a very crucial one. And the amount of water, that is serious, but also supplying of water, it consumes a very big amount of energy. In case of Japan, 1/3 of household energy consumption or CO2 emission is coming from kitchen and bath. And how to reduce? So the way is by using the air in shower or efficient water use toilet. So that this kind of the equipment can reduce around 20 to 30% of water can be saved. So that lead to the reduction of carbon dioxide emission. Again, the Kitakyushu City will issue a kind of the authorization paper. So in this case, Toto can use the authorization paper to sales purpose. That this equipment, the performance is not a guarantee, but authorized by Kitakyushu City. That is a good marketing instrument. The last one I would like to show you is a lesson from the Great East Earthquake, March 11, 2011. So from the north to, this is the Sendai area, to the north, the very wide range of coastline are affected and flooded by the tsunami. So this area this red area, it was estimated by the satellite data. So that means this is a lower area. So now under the reconstruction of the infrastructure, Mitsui touched in Higashi Matsushima City, and the key concept is zoning of the city. So the lower area and with higher risk again flooded will be change to the natural conservative area, and the residential area, relatively low area, will be relocated to higher area. So the city design, that is very crucial for becoming a resilient city. In that case, this kind of satellite data can be a very, very useful instrument. And that case is just tsunami, and 1,500 years, 1,000 or 1,500 years, that serious effect event will be occurred. But more often, risk crisis is climate change. This is a hazard map prepared by Japanese government. If the high tide will attack the Tokyo Bay after the climate change, the coastline area in Tokyo metropolitan area will be affected. This is Imperial Palace, and very close to the Imperial Palace, the high tide will be flooded. And half of Tokyo Station, very important transportation basement, will be flooded too. So how to prepare such kind of disaster, how to adapt to the climate change, that is a very crucial issue. And my conclusion, why we need to have a good infrastructure. My understanding is to the future generation. This photo, the grandfather's smiling and the kids here. But you can see background, it's houses, but separate here. This is a photo. This is a photo after the Great East earthquake in Japan. So I think he lost his property, but he is smiling is his family is safe. Why we have to construct a good infrastructure? It's very simple. To the future generation. Why he's smiling, his family is fine. So the infrastructure, municipality infrastructure, urban infrastructure, all the infrastructure, we should think about for the future generation. That is my conclusion. Thank you very much for your attention.